Shri Datta Swami strongly believed as incarnation of God Dattatreya by several devotees, explained several true concepts while preaching the true spiritual knowledge. The true meaning of sacrifice or homa is one among those concepts which is presented here in the form of a video. As per the logic called Lakshana, specifically Ajahat Lakshana, ghee means any food fried with ghee. Several grains were mentioned in Chamaka Suktam of the Veda, like wheat, rice, black gram, green gram, red gram, etc., the flowers of which are fried with ghee, and about 8 special ghee fried foods are prepared in sacrifice. Agneyam Ashtakapalam Charum, says Veda. All these special food items associated with ghee are called as ghee. Just like we call the seller of apples associated with apples by calling him as, "Oh apples, come." When the doctor says the patient avoid oil, the doctor means to avoid food items prepared with oil and not the oil directly. No patient says the doctor that he or she is not drinking oil directly. Agni or fire is said to be of 3 types. First, Laukikagni or Bhautikagni, that is lit by sticks. Second is Vaidyutagni, that is lit by electricity. Third is Vaishvanaragni or Devatagni, that is the hunger fire burning in the stomach of a hungry person. This hunger fire is the divine fire or Devatagni. As said in Gita, Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva. Veda also says that a hungry person possessing hunger fire is called Vaishvanara fire. Vaishvanaraha pravishati atidhi. The first 2 forms of fire, Laukikagni and Vaidyutagni, are called Yajna Sadhanam, which means the instrument used to cook the fried food item. The hunger fire or Vaishvanaragni or Devatagni is called Yagnopasyaha, which means the fire to be worshipped in sacrifice. The total meaning is that the ghee fried food is prepared by using physical fire, and it is served to a hungry person having hunger fire in the stomach. This is the true meaning of sacrifice or homa. God Gurudatta is saying that when the first hymn of first Veda called Rigveda is not understood properly, how these human scholars are claiming to have understood all Vedas? The first hymn says that the fire in the sacrifice is both offerer, Hotā, of ghee food as well as receiver, Havanīya, of the same ghee food as said, Agnimīḻe Hotāram. How is this meaning possible in the present scene where a priest is offering ghee sitting separately from fire and the separate fire is receiving the same offering? This meaning can be applied totally if the priest, having hunger fire in his stomach, is offering ghee food to himself so that the offerer, Hotā, and the receiver of the offering, Havanīya, become one and the same. This clearly means that homa means offering ghee food to a hungry person and not to burn ghee in physical fire. In ancient days, sages used to visit the hermitage of any other sage for discussions in spiritual knowledge. By the noon, the hunger fire starts burning in sages. The host sage will cook the ghee fried food items and serve the food to the hungry participants. And this is called as Yajna or Homa. This true meaning of Yajna, called as yoga, is lost in course of time, as said in Gita. The misunderstood blind tradition is now running as per the blind practice of the tape recorder priests. Since these priests blindly recited Veda without inquiring the true meaning of the Veda by studying deeply the Vedas. The Veda clearly says that any food material shall not be destroyed. Annam na parichakshita. When the precious food material like ghee food is fed to the divine preacher or Sadguru or the human incarnation in whose body all angels live, which are pleased by the food, causing the rains properly as said in the Veda. Yavatir devataha. God Krishna came to protect Vedic justice as told in Gita. Such Krishna asks the wives of sages who have prepared ghee food to burn in fire to pacify the hunger of himself and his friends with that food. By this, he clearly stated that food shall not be destroyed in fire, but should be eaten by hungry people. Can you say that Krishna spoiled the Vedic justice? Even sage Kapila, the incarnation of God Vishnu, criticized burning ghee in fire while preaching his mother. If ghee is burnt in physical fire, the smokes generated will pollute the environment, resulting in stopping the rains. Already, lot of industries have started a huge program to stop rains through factory smokes. And these priests are also contributing their little bit, as Telugu poet Shri sang. Let me also contribute a small stick to the world fire. Lakhs and lakhs of kilos of ghee are burnt by spiritual leaders. Some people who have half knowledge in science and half knowledge of spiritual scriptures try to interpret the advantages of smoke. The most dangerous is half knowledge. As said, ardho ghato ghoshamupaiti noonam, which means that neither fully filled nor empty pot makes any sounds, whereas half filled pot makes lot of sounds.
Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that propagating divine spiritual knowledge pleases the Lord greatly. Jnana yajnena tenaham. Spiritual knowledge brings about permanent harmony and peace in the world. So join us in sharing this universal divine knowledge of Lord Datta and earn the highest grace of God.